Have you ever wondered whether to take up a good internship or do a freelancing job? Now, both of them have their pros and cons. Today, we are going to discuss the pros and cons and we will find what is right for you. As a student, I have always thought about this, whether to go for internship or whether to do a freelancing thing. I myself could not make up my mind, but today I'm here, architect Divanchi Choksi from The Serial Designer, and I'm going to help you weigh the two. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel, fill the comment section, and let me know how the videos are going. So we will try to keep it as simple as possible for us. Weighing the advantages and disadvantages of freelancing. Next, weighing the advantages and disadvantages of internship. First, we'll start with freelancing. So basically, what is freelancing? A freelancer is someone who is self-employed. A freelancer is someone who has multiple clients and he works with multiple firms. A freelancer is not associated with any one company. He works with multiple companies. A freelancer is someone who develops one skill and is very pro at it. No one can do it better than him. Usually, a freelancer is someone who is good at two or three skills and he or she has the opportunity to earn from the same. A freelancer is someone who gets hired when needed only. Say, for example, someone who just wants to do the packaging, just wants to do branding, or just someone who wants a site supervisor, or a 3D made or a 2D drawing. Now, very meticulously, I have divided the pros and cons into a list. First, a freelancer is someone who has good flexibility. Flexibility means flexibility of timings, flexibility to work from anywhere, flexibility to work from home as well as an office. Second, diversity. Because this freelancer is working with various companies, he is diverse. This freelancer is good at two or three skills, so this freelancer has an opportunity to show himself at his best. The portfolio which is made by the freelancer is supposed to be a very diverse portfolio because he or she has worked in various companies with various kind of clients and has a good hold on his or her skill. Now, because this freelancer is working alone, he develops good entrepreneurship skills because he is someone who does marketing, he is someone who also handles the accounts, he is someone who also works for the same. So he's an all-rounder. The disadvantages can be put in this way. First, income variability. Now, because there is no stable job, there is no monthly salary, income is variable. Sometimes if there is more work, more clients, you're benefited from the same. But at the same time, when the market is down or there is no work, you will not have any work. Because you are working alone, you have to self promote yourself, and it's your responsibility to make sure you are in the limelight. You must have heard about breaks. You must have heard about public holidays. You must have heard about casual leave, sick leaves. Now, this is something a freelancer will not get because he does not get the benefits of a job. A freelancer is someone you will see working even on public holidays. Now, because you are working on your own, you are a person who is completely responsible for any mishap or anything good that happens. Sometimes when you're working, you are working alone. Sometimes you get a feeling of isolation. Now, this is something a freelancer can definitely relate to. Sometimes he is also not motivated enough because you're not working as a team. We have weighed the pros and cons down for you. You can see on the screen. Now, do you think you fit in anywhere? Do you want flexibility at your job? Do you want to be able to work from anywhere? Do you have the sole responsibility? Do you have those kind of networking and connections that can give you the job? Do you have that set of skills which is required? Are you a good entrepreneur? Are you good at taking the entire responsibility of whatever you have done? If you fit in anywhere, you can be a good freelancer. A freelancer is someone who is services based. You give your service and your job is done. Now let's weigh the pros and cons of an internship. Interns are someone who are fresh out of college. They are seeking jobs and they want a permanent one. But before you get a permanent job, you want to start with a temporary job. This is someone who is a helping hand in an office. You are hired at a chance of being a permanent member. you're on probation. Comparing yourself to a freelancer, you are not giving any specific tasks. Now, like a freelancer, you are not associated to only a few service tasks. You have to do everything and anything that comes your way because you're a part of that office. Let's weigh the advantages and disadvantages here again. First is a good learning opportunity. Because you have a mentor, because you have someone above you, you are going to be refined as an individual. One gets a good networking exposure. Why? Because you don't have to go and find yourself or promote yourself. Some networking is done in the office itself. For example, if you're working in an interior design firm or an architecture firm, manufacturers, vendors, even contractors are someone who keep coming and going on site. So you get to contact these people. One becomes a good team player. Why? Because you're working as a team. There are tasks which are divided, and there is even hierarchy. So there's a senior who's above you who's also responsible. So if you in case make a blunder while learning, someone is always there to cover you up. Because you're working with a good mentor, you get a good feedback on your work as well. If you are someone who has done internship and wants a permanent job, the years of counting, the experience on your years will be counted in your resume as well. Let's weigh the disadvantages of the same. First is low income. Now, if you are hired as an intern, you are expected to get a very low salary, but at least you will get it at a particular time. So it's not variable in nature. Next, you have a very limited creative control. That is, your work is subjected to approval, your work is subjected to different hierarchy. So your senior will approve your work, your boss is going to approve your work. So you are not completely under your creative control. The job as an intern is a temporary one. This does not mean you get all the job benefits. Internship is definitely something you will require when you are job hunting. So, definitely, internship is one thing which you should do. So, there are a set of routine tasks given to you. Unlike a freelancer, you have to do these tasks. You cannot do it as per your convenience. Being an intern, you are going to face a little competition in the market because there are various firms, there are various jobs, and they have a number of interns. So, as you can see, freelancing and internship both have their pros and cons. Now, whether you're fitting in an internship, you need to check. Do you want your years to be counted? Do you want your experience to be elaborate before finding a better job? Do you want to do a job in the future? Do you want to climb up that hierarchy? Do you want to be a senior person? Do you want to, start your own firm? So this is something you will need. Why? Because if you are good at your internship, you can also get a permanent job out of it. You will also understand the system, how it works, how an office setup system works. If you are also looking out for a good mentor, this is something you should definitely go for. So very simply, I have put the freelancing and the internship pros and cons. You have to search for yourself. You have to make a decision for yourself as to where do you fit better.